and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with Firelight Fantasy Vengeance, which is a full concepted game apparently. And it is running really terribly. So we're going to jump in and we're going to see if the game itself runs a little bit better. There we go. Hearing from Sigurd that his wife was getting better, Gunnar immediately came to her. "Tell me what happened to you, Brunhild," he asked thoughtfully, and is... Oh, it's gone. Alright. "You better tell me, Gunnar, who rode to me through the flame, you or Sigurd?" In turn asked him Brunhild, mockingly looking him in the eyes. Jöking was embarrassed and bit his lip. "Granny did not go under me," after a pause he answered, "but who revealed the secret to you?" "Your sister Gudrun did it," the Valkyrie said with a bitter smile, "and that's why I'm in such grief." "Okay. Are you unhappy that you married me?" Gunnar frowned. "I'm not happy that Sigurd deceived you and me," Brunhild objected. "Know that he betrayed your friendship." "Yeah. Cheated," Gunnar exclaimed incredulously. "Sigurd cheated on me? No, it can't be." "No." "However, it is so," confirmed the queen. "Now you know the reason for my grief, and if Wolsung survives, I will leave you for my brother Utli. We will part forever." "You must not say that, Brunhild," said the young king. "How can you hurt me so? If you don't kill Sigurd, you will hurt me even more with this," the Valkyrie replied sternly. Task, kill all enemies. So, just want to comment a little bit about the writing there. Something that a lot of, especially new writers do, people who are just learning the craft, is that when they're writing dialogue, they tend to put a thing, in description of how the person is speaking after every single sentence. And I can promise you that is a way to madness. Having to put, like, "he exclaimed," or "she said furiously" after every single sentence, it not only makes the writing very tiresome to read, but also you're just going to run out of different ways that people can say things. And people just don't... Normally when people are in a conversation, they would very rarely change their tone unless something happened in the conversation to make them change their tone. And then you would describe that, but saying it after every single sentence is weird. Yeah, so you could have a bit of dialogue, like this guy, whoever this guy is, Brunhild or Sigurd or something, and he might say, "That rock there is really green," Sigurd said, or something, right? And then we know that it's Sigurd talking. And then after that, if he keeps talking, you don't have to put another thing after that. And then if you go to the next line and someone says, "I don't think it's that green," if we haven't been introduced to this character before, then we probably need to know who they are. But you don't necessarily need to describe the way they're talking. You could describe the way that they're standing or the way that they're looking. So it could be the yellow-axed warrior stood in the distance. His voice carried on the wind. And then, like, there's only two of them in the scene, right? So they're both talking. So every time you do a new person speaking, you do a new paragraph, you don't actually have to say who's talking. You can just have them talk back and forth like normal people do. Just some tips from your friendly neighborhood English teacher. And I guess press action to pick up. Alright, so we've got a sword. And we've got some mad moon hops. Love it. And we've got a shield. And we can block with it. And I guess there's a chest up here. Nice. And it is just set dressing, okay? Fair enough. This is thrilling. I am thrilled. Ugh. Right, so it's a Souls-like. And our goal is to kill all enemies. Let's kill all enemies. Yes. Alright, so none of the environment is interactable. Not even the things that look like they should be interactable. which is the chests. We can't sneak up on them. All right, now we back off. Yep. All right. So we're just dying, I guess. I don't know how many enemies is all. Yeah, so they have like a second attack. Right. Well, I'm nearly dead. So I guess I'll die and then fast forward till I get to some more content. Oh, what was that? I don't even know how I did that. Right. Are they like ninjas or something? Okay, so it just kicks us back out to the main menu. Which for some reason is completely unoptimized. The actual, oh my god. Sure. I don't care. I guess we'll fast forward. We'll fast forward. You guys don't need to watch this all again. Also, sorry, I was fast forwarding. If you're gonna do dialogue, you need to have a consistent set of punctuation. I'm not saying that there's a perfect way to punctuate it, but if you're gonna use quotes and then not quotes and then dashes and not dashes, it makes no sense. There's no reason for this nightmare of punctuation to be happening like this. And look, you know, it's a video game. I get it. It's not an English essay, but given that all of the story is being delivered via text, surely the text could be checked, you know, spell checked and grammar checked and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to play this anymore, because it's bad. Let's look on Random World, though, and see what that does. I've tried Campaign twice, and it's just really, really bad. Okay. So this is a Random World. And there's just some dudes scattered around it. So the difference between this, I guess, and... oh... and the other world is... that was a castle. This is the jungle. Maybe we'll be able to find the edge of this map. Oh yeah, there's just guys scattered everywhere. Luckily, sprinting doesn't use any stamina. Dodge rolling does, though. Love it. Yes. Did they follow me into the water? They did. And by water, I mean whatever this is. I want to fall off the edge of the map. This is what I want to do. Oh, I don't want to fight all those guys, though. That seems like a bad idea. So we're gonna keep going. Oh, yes! Catch me now, losers. Because I am the champion of whatever this game was called. Something with vengeance in the title. I got my vengeance on these guys. They will never capture me because I've gone somewhere that they can never catch me. Let's go look at the description. Alright, Firelight Fantasy Vengeance, a game about spectacular sword battles from the third person. Alright, developed by Firelight Interactive. Currently costs $6.45, and it's an early access. Great! I'm sure they're going to put a lot of work into this and make it into a game that we can all be proud of. Early access gives us the ability to maintain a connection between our crazy ideas and objective reality by analyzing your feedback, ideas, and suggestions. Sure, we do not want to delay the development of the game, so we plan to be in early access for a maximum of 6 months. Sure, it will contain a little more content, fixes of found problems, and a number of functional innovations. We plan to add next content and features, 2 new maps with the completion of the storyline, a new soundtrack, several types of weapons, the ability to use a gamepad. The game as a whole is about 90% ready. A detailed information about all included features you can check at the main page in the About This section. Woof. Okay, so what we played was 90% completed. Seems bad. A game about spectacular sword battles from the third person. This game is an action game based on Scandinavian mythology. Immerse yourself in the unusual story of how Sigurd died. I'm not happy that Sigurd deceived you and me, Brynhild objected. Know that he betrayed your friendship. If you don't kill Sigurd, you will hurt me even more with this. Valkyrie replied sternly, I give you 3 days. This is what I'm talking about. So there's like quote marks, and then there's not quote marks, and then there's dashes, and there's like weird dashes. She replied sternly. She objected. Do you know what I mean? It's just, ugh. Listen, Gunnar, he said quietly. So this is just what we already read this. We already read all this. 6 stylized game location. A story based on the myth of Sigurd's betrayal. Spectacular battles. The battles are not spectacular. Procedurally generated worlds is bad. That's just, I didn't feel like designing levels. Different types of weapons and types of attacks. Sure, except for that they're all terrible and none of them feel good. Enemies of different difficulty. I mean, the starting enemies were fine. They were as hard as they needed to be to make me realize that it wasn't worth pursuing any more of the game. Let's look at some reviews. A game that tells you the Scandinavian story of Sigurd. I'm a fan of such medieval stories, so I liked the game. In principle, it costs its money. Graphics are pleasing to the eye. The sounds and soundtracks are great. The only thing I didn't like was the blows into the void. They really met me, but annoyed. I think it will be finalized and we will get an excellent game on release. Recommend. Personally, I expected more from this game. In my opinion, too primitive. I really like this game. I cannot express in words this atmosphere, these sounds, these graphics, these feelings. Here, I plunged into the period of the nights to the maximum. I'm happy I found this game. No. I mean, it's just a random Unity asset map or Unreal. It must have been Unreal Engine. It's the Unreal Engine asset map with some knights thrown into it and a bunch of identical dudes with glowing axes, and that's it. That's all that is on the map. There's nothing. There's no immersion here. It's bad. So let's look at Firelight Interactive. So we've got Firelight Fantasy Phoenix Crew, which has mostly positive reviews. Firelight Fantasy Resistance, very positive. And Firelight Fantasy Force Energy. So, looks like they've been making this game for a while. And by for a while, I mean this is the 4th game in the series to come out since June of 2021. So June 2021, July 2021, August 2021, and then January 2022. They took a break. They wanted to let people, bask in the trilogy and then come back to Firelight Fantasy Vengeance. But now I feel like I missed a bunch of story because I didn't play the other 3. Yeah, obviously I'm being very facetious here. It's just kind of empty and pointless and written poorly, and the game mechanics feel bad. It's trying to do the Souls thing without having any of the weight or the feeling of the Souls games. It's a mess, man. It's a big mess, and I don't see how 6 months of early access is going to fix this. So, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do want to check out the Firelight Fantasy series, I will put a link in the description to this game, and you can, play them to your heart's content. Definitely wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, that's where we're at. And I hope you guys are enjoying the new year, staying safe out there, and yeah, leave me a comment down below, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Class dismissed.